Morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, okay. So we start off with sacred practice to center. And I was this morning reading through some of my old journals. I know I'm not alone in this room and keeping journals and writing stuff down. And I'd written down, that the folklore, ancient stories are so important because, the more we retell them, they become sacred. So even in the way most of us grew up, where our stories of ancients were fairy tales. And I could go on a whole tangent about fairy tales too, about reclaiming that divine feminine and what we were also taught as young kids, listening to these stories of damsels in distress and evil witches. So whatever it is, but retelling these stories make them sacred. And here is the story of your life, right? Unfolding before you. And so we'll invite in the sacred. Okay, so taking your drink, my friends, and, just bringing it up in a way that you don't normally hold your beverage. So I like to balance it on one hand and lightly support it. And then bring it in front of your heart. And lift yourself tall. And as you exhale, just bowing. You're just coming in. We're just getting started and nothing. So you're all fine. Take your time. And if you're holding something, perhaps you can connect to the sensations of holding it. What your vessel is made of and the temperature of your beverage, your sacred nourishment here. And then just being in this place of just honoring the sensations, the anticipation. And take this opportunity to send blessings of love, gratitude, patience, relaxation, presence into your drink. And then even just sending words in there. Love and strength, courage, compassion, kindness. Anything you need. Good health. And then as you feel ready, you'll lift it up with great reverence, nourish yourself, take a swallow, hold it in your mouth for a few and just feel it. And you can swish your tongue around. If you like to swish it around your mouth, you can do that too. My dad loves to do that. So I say that, I start to smile. And then you can start to bring that down as you swallow and just feel where it's going and imagine yourself being filled by everything you have offered to the water. And just being in that presence of this sacred and something you do every day. And just making that every day sacred. And then as you're ready, you'll gently set your drink aside. And if you have a candle, then you'll light it now. And I've already lit my candle. And I just share with you the light and yes, the fire. Yes, you can invite that in so beautifully, just like that. And the sacredness of just lighting a candle, how it transforms your space in the deep dark of winter. We light candles in low lights, how they transform and create this idea of sacred. Bringing that in to your space. And then after you've done that, then we're just going to settle into your seat as you are. Good. And just, hi, puppy. Let's see, he was right here. So cute. Okay. And then just take your hands down to the earth. And just be here. So I'm just lightly touching the earth here and adjusting your seat. And even, bringing that idea of sacred divinity into your seat. When I say divine, I'm not talking anything esoteric. Divine is a tree. So even feeling how a tree reflects itself from top to bottom. A healthy tree has deep, deep roots. So just feel the earth beneath your hands, your fingertips, your legs, anything touching the floor, we call the earth, solid ground. And then find that lift as you just lift your heart and you lift up. This is the trunk of your tree, engaged and lifted. And then maybe your head lifts too, and you just imagine yourself sending out your energies, your light codes, your branches out from your head, right from the crown of your head. And just connecting to earth and sky and the center point. And then as you inhale, just sweep your arms out to the sides. And don't be so hungry for it. Take your time. Feel the space, the energy, the air. And as you come up to the top, the palms will touch. And as you exhale, I'm going to bring these hands down from the crown of the head and then in front of the third eye and in front of your throat center and stopping at your heart center. And once you get to the heart, inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, bow your chin as you bow down to your own presence. And that you have created this space and this time to be in your practice and your flow. And I deeply honor your presence here. I deeply appreciate every single one of you for being here and making the effort. And you bring that into your own heart. Way to go, me, for being here, for making the effort to get on my mat, to feel and to breathe and to move. In connection to all that is present at this moment. And then stay here as you inhale, feel your heart lift. And as you exhale, you're going to open your hands like a book so the pinky edges stay together and just let them drop in front of you so the wrists are a little higher than the fingers. And just imagine wherever you place these hands that from your heart, let's bring imagery in, flows beautiful flowers like petals or blossoms, pinks and reds, maybe some greens and the stems and the leaves, just flowing out from your heart out through your hands. And just be with that you can offer out beauty and love and radiance. And then bringing your hands down as if you're scooping something and you're just gonna lift this up and over your head. And this time your hands are just gonna stay away from the body and then you'll just separate them down through the sides. And once they get in line with the heart, you turn your palms to face out. And we're just gonna be here with the elbows bent, hands open, like you're just sending this out. And then feel yourself here as you inhale, you lift your heart. And as you exhale, bring your hands together, but without touching. We're just gonna fold them one over the other and place them right over your heart space. As you bring in all of that beauty and love that you have offered, and you bring it into your own heart, your own space, this great reminder that you are not alone. Even if you are alone right now in your home, you're not alone. We're all here together. Good. As you inhale, lift yourself tall, lift your chin. And as you exhale, stay as you are. And I'm just going to go and close Heart's door because he's in a business meeting and I don't want to own you up. So be in your breath. I'll be 1 second. Okay, thank you. And then from here, we're going to chant the sound of love 3 times. So the word love, I'm just going to call it out, be loud. Don't worry about your voice. No one can hear you. And so I'm going to keep my hands here for number 1. Number 2, I'm going to bring them into Anjali, palms together in front of the heart. And number 3, I'm going to offer it out. Okay, so inhale. Love. pause here. Good. Nice, and then bringing your hands together, resting your thumbs on your third eye, bow down. And then inhale as you are. And exhale, release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, yogis, so let's start from standing this morning. And just bring yourself up, maybe no hands. Good, and I'll cut my head off, but that's okay. Good. Nice, and then just stand on your feet, just feel your feet on the earth and maybe look at them and lift your toes up. And as I lift my toes up, I'm also gonna just press them down into the floor and almost like I'm sucking something up. So I extend them. I don't know if you can see my foot here. Move all this stuff. Puppies, lift up and then just squeeze in. And just do that with both your feet for a moment, and you can look at them, see them articulate. Stop. Hey, Pete. Thank you. Stop. Okay, you've done that with both feet. Spread your toes. It's going to be over in a second. Good, and then just plant your legs down nice and strong. Take your arms down by your sides, open your fingers, and then send energy down into the earth. Notice how that's going to lift your heart, lift you up. Breathe here. So you're anchoring your feet, you're pressing down, you're stretching your fingers. You're lifting your heart. You're breathing. And then inhale, open your arms out to the sides. Don't be too hungry. Take your time. Once they touch over your head, let the palms touch. And then as you exhale, bring them down over the crown of the head, the third eye, the throat center, the heart, and then you're going to start to fold down. We're coming to forward fold, so just let your hands come all the way down. At some point, they're going to separate. If you need to use a block, make it nice for yourselves, my friends. Separate your feet apart. Good. And then inhale, lift your head and your heart, and exhale and fold. And let's just do that a few times. So it's just inhaling and exhaling. You need to bend your knees. Always, listen to your body. Be kind. Just notice how this feels. A big stretch for the backs of your legs, maybe. Good. And we'll just do one more. And then you're just going to let yourself come into your forward fold. So hands wherever they go, head dropping. If it's too much to have your head dropping, no, you can put your hands on your couch or on your wall. Good. And then release your breath. Maybe you open your mouth as you exhale, you sigh it out. In class last week, we did this little bit of face yoga. I'm going to bring that in here. So just be in your forward fold. Let your heads go, even though mine's lifted, if you can. And then you're just going to open your mouth so wide. And just continue breathing, maybe through your nose or your mouth. And just open the mouth so wide. Hold it there. And then try and open it wider. Just keep going, a little wider, 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 wider. And then release your face. Walk your hands and your feet back, come into your downward facing dog. Okay, if it's too much, no, you can always go hands and knees. Okay, be here in your dog. Maybe you rock a little front to back or side to side, just like that Pleiadian goddess, star goddess, and she moves in all directions, honoring the 4 directions, the 4 seasons. It's feeling all of that. Good. Okay, just take 2 more breaths here in this dog. And then we'll drop down to child's pose. And you feel as you come into it, maybe you go slow and you notice your knees come right in the center of you. And then maybe you drop your belly down, lift your chin, and shift back with great reverence. This is a pose that, the Islam religion, this is this is the pose during prayer, this offering, this surrendering. Just feeling your body on the earth, your breath taking a new flow. Just melting yourself, your third eye's resting on your mat or on your hands. And just come back to that wide mouth. Just open your mouth as wide as you can and let it be almost relaxing, even though you're putting in effort. So it's wide. You're still breathing, your eyes are relaxed, you're not tensing your forehead. And then you just keep going for wider, wider, wider. I'm opening myself. Good. And then let that go. Take a full breath in and out. Good. We're going to come up to hands and knees. So put whatever you need there. And if being on your wrists is too much, no, you can come to your forearms. And P and I are going to do this together. This is like goat yoga, but so much nicer. Tuck your little toes under. And we're just going to come to cat-cow. And you're going to start with the cat. So push your the heels of your hands into the earth. Feel your back rise, and then the tail drops, and your chin comes in. And then as you exhale or inhale, whichever breath pattern works, move into the opposite. Know that the peak of each pose here is going to be pressing the heels of your hands into the earth. And just feel this. We're going to have some playtime here in cat and cow and in hands and knees. It's a great opportunity to ground through our the shins, the tops of the feet, the toes, the heels of the hands. Good. So let's do two more. Just feeling. Good. And then we're going to move side to side. So you might come into your neutral and then shift your hips over to one side and turn your head as if you want to look at your hips. And then do that on the other side. And we're just going to do this a few times. So just as you are, pull the belly in just a little bit. And as you move to one side, let the opposite shoulder pull forward. So you're just looking for some more space. Yes. Good. Yes, and then we're going to come to center. And we're just going to rock this around the world. So I'm going to make this bigger. So I'm going to walk my hands forward, maybe the knees back. And then I'm going to roll the ribs over to one side and swoop it back and over to the other side. And there might be a little bit of plank, and there might be a little bit of child's pose. And whatever it is, if you feel the knees are rolling, let that be. Let the feet move as they do. Notice your head moving. And feel like the shape you're making is almost like that figure 8. It's almost like you're tracing the infinity sign in your body with the head and the hips and, this image of that snake eating its tail also in this. And then reverse direction, just through the other. If you need a rest, honor that and drop into your child's pose. Good. Where's your breath? Yes. Good. And then we're going to come out of this and might drop back to child's pose, or you might even just sit on your, heels or the toes, whatever it is. Turn your palms up if you're sitting. You're in child's pose. Maybe you hold the hands together. And you can close your eyes and start to feel your body. Waking up, releasing, opening. So nice. Good. Okay, from here I'm going to come to downward dog, and if you're in child's pose, just bring yourself up, find it. But if you're feeling a little playful, then I'm just going to shoot my arms forward like I'm just flying into this. So just a and then back. Just a playful entrance. And then be here in your dog. And we're going to bring that right foot up in the air. So you walk your toes to touch and lift your right leg up, push the left thigh back. If you look at the left thigh, It sometimes helps. Good. And then from here, we'll just sweep this right foot to the outside of your mat, maybe outside of your hand, and it might come up nice and high, or it might be back here. Okay, if it's here, then you can always grab your hand and just bring it forward. And then we're just gonna rock. So we're just gonna come forward and back. So you be wherever you need to be, and if you need to do this on your knee, you know, it affects different things, but you be where you need to be. And maybe as you're coming forward and back, you might even lift the sole of the foot up off the floor. And just breathe. And we're gonna take this into twist. So the next time you come forward, anchor your left hand and sweep the right arm up. And open. And then turn your right palm to face your head, sweep it up and over your ear, and extend from your heel out through your hand. Oh. And then come back, and we're gonna lift this right leg up in the air. First I come forward, pull it up. If that works, great. Good. And then let's go right into pigeon. We're gonna put the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. So this is early in practice. If it's too much for you, you know, I don't know. You can go onto your back and just pull that leg in. Otherwise, be here, and I'm just gonna be on my hands. And again, I'm just doing this side to side. Just opening and inviting. Yes. Okay, so if you need to throw a blanket underneath your hip, that's also going to alleviate whatever it is you're feeling. Okay, and we're gonna come to center. And we're gonna lie down or bring the forearms down, but I always like to extend first, like lift up. And then I extend. I feel like I'm just extending my spine as I offer myself to this pose. So if you're on your forearms, hands can be palms touching, or you can widen your elbows and rest your forehead if that's there. Okay, now I can't, if we were in the room, I probably would say your name and then say, hey, tuck the left toes under and walk it a little bit to center. Walk that leg a little bit to center. But if that feels really yucky, then feel free to walk it out. Melt your heart, your breath. And take one more breath in and out. And then we're going to transition into sitting. So you're going to come back onto your hands, and then you drop that right hip down. If you have something underneath it, take it out. Right hand to the floor, and the left leg is going to sweep around. And I'm just going to cross it over. So it might be like this, and it might be like this, and you might be able to get knee over knee. So wherever you are, you can sit on something, take the time. I'm going to talk really slow. So you take your time and you find whatever it is, and then you take your hands down to the earth and just breathe here. However you're sitting, I'm going to just go through that again. You know, maybe the knee is up. You're lifting yourself, and maybe you can extend that. Okay, take a breath. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, left hand is going to go behind a little bit, and the right hand is going to come to the knee. So you are going to modify depending how you're sitting. And then inhale, and as you exhale, start to twist towards the left. Walk the left hand around. Now I'm actually going to lean back a little bit. And if I lean back, that's going to give me some space. And then I can twist a little deeper. Now I'm going to flex my feet as they are. But if your feet are here, you anchor as best you can through your feet. You might even take the elbow up if your knee is lifted. And if your knee is down, I can still bring the elbow, but then I come forward a little bit. And breathe. Good. Can you take that hand? Maybe you can touch your heart with it. Okay, now in your twist, breathe and smile even if it's very uncomfortable. See if you can lengthen yourself a little taller. Can you ground down and lift up? And then exhale and release. Take your hands down. I'm going to uncross. I'm going to do it like Las Vegas showgirl. Ta-da! And then go the opposite way. So yes, beauties. Yes, whatever works. And then find your position. Honor yourself. Like, You know, if this is not something you're used to doing, then take your place. And, you know, some of it is divinely gifted in open hips. And some of us have more open hips than others. It's just the way it goes. So honor where you are. And then take your hands down to the earth and find your place here. Something's very uncomfortable. You know, you can shove a blanket anywhere you need it. Make it nice. You know, that changes a lot. So, good. All right, and then just be here. I'm going to take the right hand behind and the left hand's coming over to the knee. And then we'll start to turn. You walk the right hand behind more. You do what you need to do here. Okay, I'm going to lean back a little bit, and that's going to open up some space. I can twist deeper. And then if I want to bend the elbow, I can do that. But and also just keep it down, but I'm connected. Wherever it is, I'm connecting that knee and the arm. You might even take your hand to your heart. And then just be with your breath. You need to close your eyes. You make it an internal pose, or smile like, this is great. Even if it's, you know, a place of discomfort. Relax in the pose. And then lengthen. If you can, find some length. And then exhale and release. And this time I'm just going to bring the soles of the feet together for a moment. Rub my feet. Good. Okay. Nice. Now I've turned, but maybe you haven't. So from here, now I'm going to move into pigeon on the second side. So that will be just taking my hands. So we had the right leg in first. You're going to move over to your left side and then just sweep that leg behind you. And if that doesn't really get there, then tuck your toes under, lift yourself up and redefine whatever you need to do. And you find it. Okay, and then we're going to come back to the side-to-side motion. So take your time. Again, use your props. Throw them in. Be kind and loving. If it's too much to be on your hands for your back, then you can do this on your forearms. And if it's too much to be in this pigeon, you know, you can lie on your back and find your own dance. Good. Nice. And then make an offering of the pose. So as you inhale, you bring in your breath and you extend. I'm offering this pose here to my, you don't even need to offer it out. You could offer it in, letting my hips, you know, my sciatica, if you suffer from that, which like who doesn't, you know, you just, we get tight in that place between low back and outer hip. Just breathing here. I'm still rocking. If that's what you need, do that. Melt your heart, your breath. Good. Okay, take one more breath in and out. And we're going to release into, I'm going to release to three-legged dog so that the left leg is going to lift up and take me into downward dog. But bring your hands down. I'm going to say, but you do what works. So the right toes are tucked under. I hug that leg in, lift my hips, and then come up. Take it up and just press into your hands. Look at your right thigh. Press it back. And then this left foot is coming to the outside of the mat, outside of your hand. And you walk it up or move it up or put your knee down if you need to. Okay, whatever it is, we're going to come back to this front to back. Okay, so, you know, do what you need to do. If it's a lot, maybe you just smile and go, okay, or you adjust. Good. Be with your breath and your body, and then we're going to take it to twist. So we bend the knee, right hand anchors, you sweep the left arm up, and open, and then turn your left hand to face your head, sweep it up and over your ear, and find that line between back heel and the arm, stretching. And then exhale, release yourself. I'm going to come back to three-legged dog. But you can come down to child's pose if you need to. And then downward dog. Good. And now you're going to shift into hands and knees, but feel what happens when you come forward. Maybe you go slow. So much to learn. Good, and then drop your belly, look up, and exhale back to your child's pose. And this time I have my knees closer together. I'm gonna turn my palms up. It's a lot of wrist, right? And then I have my backs of my hands are on the floor. And I'm just gonna give myself a wrist stretch by keeping the forearms anchored and just lifting the fingers up to the sky, even though they're not gonna go to the sky. Maybe they will. Good. And then consciously, I'm just going to roll my wrists around in circles a few times in both directions. And then I'll place the hands on the earth with the palms facing down and drop into this child's pose. And just feeling your breath, your presence. So sweet. Good. Okay, take a nice breath in. Breathe out. Maybe you open your mouth so wide. Let's do one more breath. Open your mouth so wide and take a breath in. And as you breathe out, open your mouth wider. Maybe stick your tongue out, make some circles with the mouth so wide. You're still breathing. And then release that. Release your exhale. Okay, I'm going to come up to kneeling. And I know it's not lovely for everyone, but you know, it is a shape. So bring your hands together. And we're going to come into imbalance. You don't notice if you feel dizzy. Breathe. I'm going to tuck the toes under. Yeah, and I'm going to step my right foot forward. So shift over to the left. And if you feel wobbly, you know, maybe you have something to hold on to, or you take your arms out to the sides. I have mine. And then just coming to this front to back, just for a moment. Just rocking. So you still have your hands up or they're on your thigh. Good. Okay, then we're gonna come forward. You're gonna put your right hand on your thigh, lift the left arm up in the air. I know you can't see, but I'm gonna lean over to the right and the right knee comes into center. Then I'm gonna turn to look down past the right knee, bring the left elbow in with the palm up, put the right hand on top, and you push the hands against each other, twist, ground through your feet, and then maybe lift your back knee up. And we breathe here, strong everywhere. Good, and then we're gonna come back down. The knee down, hands in front of your heart, knees together, and then I tuck my toes under, I'm gonna sit. Just feel your heart beating, your presence, your, you know, it's not, if somebody watched you do that, they'd be like, well, that doesn't look that challenging. There's a lot happening. So smile, you're gonna come to the second side. I'm just gonna turn myself and then come up. Shift your weight over, take the left foot forward, and then just come back, front to back. Just feeling your breath, being here. Good. And then we'll come forward with the left hand on the thigh, right arm in the air. Lengthen and then crescent over to the left. Let the left knee move into center. And then you turn to look down. Bring the elbow across, palm over palm. Press in and twist. And then tuck your back toes under and lift. And if we fall, that's okay. That's life. Breathe here. Smile. Your own presence. And then release with love and gratitude for having a body that moves, tops of the feet on the floor. Sit. Feel your heart. You can cross your hands over, bow your chin. Good. Okay. I'm going to fly into downward dog again. So maybe I'll do it this way. I'll open my arms out like little wings. And then as you exhale, come in, press back, breathe. You can feel your hands, spread your fingers. Good, let's do a little, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do some donkey kicks. So I kind of walk my feet in a little bit, high on the toes, bend the knees, press back with your hands, and then you look forward, start to get buoyant in your hips. Maybe this is it, or you just give yourself a little kick in the butt. Maybe 3 times. Good, and then you walk your feet out, lie down on your tummy, and just rest your head. Breathe, feel your heart, your breath, your vibrancy. Good. And just release yourself to the earth. Think of yourself as girthy, grounded to earth. That's your girth. Just breathing here. And we're going to take dancer pose on our tummies. So as you inhale, you'll lift your head. Keep your right forearm in front of you. Spread your fingers, anchor it down. Take your left hand out to the side, maybe rock a little bit, bring your legs together, and then extending your feet on the floor. So tops of the feet down, but I'm actually like reaching. I can get longer through my legs. Good. And then we're gonna bend the left leg. Just circle that ankle for a few rounds in both directions. You're just circling your left ankle. Good. And then you'll bring that foot into its point. Take your left hand, and if you can grab that foot or your pants or whatever you got, if you need a strap or a blanket or shawl. And then I have my hand on the big toe edge, but wherever you have it, big toe edge is going to open your shoulder more. Now flex your toes and just push the foot into the hand until you feel the shoulder open, chest lift. Then anchor the right forearm down. And then that lifts your heart. And then maybe the right leg is going to come up. Maybe the left thigh, maybe the right arm. And then I look down everywhere in my body, breathing, and then release, and just come back to your rest. However you did that, feel the effects of the pose. Even feel how one side of your body, the left side, might feel more girthy. Just feel that. I'm reclaiming the word. Girthy, grounded to earthy. Now take a nice breath in, and out, and then second side. Left forearm comes down, spread your fingers, anchor it. Take your right hand out to the side, and then this rocking is really just to bring your thighs together, kind of get more girthy. Spread your, so when I say spread your feet, so I'm pressing through the tips of my toes out, tops of the feet on the floor, and then I anchor the tops of the feet. I anchor the toenails. Then we're going to bend the right leg, and you're just going to circle that ankle. You notice your breathing. Keep the breath relaxed. And then we'll point the foot. You'll reach the right arm back, grab hold of whatever you've got. Even just the connection with a strap, whatever, is going to take you into a different plane. Then you flex the toes and you push the foot, and you're going to rise up a little, then you anchor the forearm. You lift up a little more, and then fly in whatever way, or just be in that first bus stop. It's all good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Put your awareness everywhere in your body, and then release, and just let it go. Like as if you're sleeping. Feel your breath and your body open. Good. Okay. Take a full breath in and full breath out. Good. Okay, Dhanurasana, that's back upward bow, where we bend both knees, and then you reach back. Hey guys, stop barking. You reach back, and you're gonna grab both feet. And if that's not possible, do one, or grab a strap and put it around, or your shirt. I have my shirt here, and just put it around my ankles, and then, you know, wind your hands. So whatever works for you, just be here first, you know, even though we're gonna lift up. Start by just dropping in. Notice what you feel in your back. You know, you don't often have your feet this way. Let your shoulders drop even though you're holding. Soften your belly with your breath. Okay, and then we're gonna open the back first. You're gonna push the knees into the floor. It's gonna lift your little tushy up. And then you press the hips down as you push the feet into the hands. Shoulder, your little wings come together. Lift yourself up wherever you go. Maybe the thighs lift. I'm on my belly. Breathe. Then look down, spread your toes. And then release so lovingly. Let it go. Backs of the hands to the floor. Maybe one cheek to the floor. Breathe, breathe, and feel. We're going to do it one more time. So if you need to maybe bend your knees and windshield wiper here and on your tummy, just to, you know, move whatever's open in your back, just move it around. Everything's okay. Good. And then we'll come back, and you make it your own, my friends. You know, even if you're just here the whole time we're up, just flex your toes. That's awesome work. Okay, move in wherever you are into your version of Dhanurasana. So I'm really pushing the feet in. It's a totally different way of being than we normally are. And then you can release. Backs of the hands, put your opposite cheek on the floor. Breathe into the space you have created. Good. Nice. Okay, and then you can lift your head. Maybe bring your hands to the floor, and we'll bend the knees. We'll just come to this windshield wiper, side to side, just to really release your back. And then start to make circles with your feet in the air, as if they're drawing a nice big circle. And you can feel, if you go slow, all the things that happen when we do this. And then change the opposite way, just rolling. Yes. Good. Okay. And then coming to your center here, and I'm just going to keep the knees wide, feet together. And then come to child's pose through your strength. So feel your hands on the floor, press your knees down, your little tush lifts, lift your shoulders, draw your belly in, anchor your hands, and come up as best as you can in one line. Roll over your knees and come into your child's pose. Maybe the knees come together more. If your back is talking to you, you know, just press back. And you might even make this like a really tiny, teeny, tiny child's pose. Can I make myself so tiny? You know, this time of year, this time of planting. So embody a seed. The seed of your potential, your potency, your patience, your presence. Yes. Good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come up to just sitting. I'm just going to turn to the side. I'm going to take twist, and I'm going to drop the hips over to the right. And so we've been doing this little, you know, thing I said, like maybe the hips go. Maybe we just do this a few times first. Just feel. You might have your hands on the floor as you do this. That's fine. Or out to the side. Just a little dance. And we'll just do one more, and then end up on the right side. And as you come to the right side, let the right hand come down and separate your legs. Right foot in front of the left knee. And then we'll inhale and sweep this left arm up. And exhale, take it back. And then we're going to touch the earth over here. Reach the right one up. Yes. And then just move between these two. And again, you know, sit up on something as you need to. Feel your inner dance. Good. The next time the right hand comes down, left hand comes up and over, you're gonna turn to face the floor and reach like this. Something so awesome there. And then inhale, sweep this up and back. So you open, and then like there's something in front of you, sweep it in front and up. So you're circling your rib cage, your arms. You can even maybe feel your belly tucking back. There's cat and cow. So let's do one more. You can feel the whole evolution of your revolution. And then we'll bring this hand down to the floor. You'll walk the hands behind you. Let the left hip lift. And then walk yourself over however far you're going to go, forearms to the floor. And maybe the palms touch. And then even here, you might walk your forearms, find space. Then I turn my head to the right. And I want to find more. So I anchor the forearms. I push them down and forward. And then I'm pressing my left side more towards my left knee. You might even pull the left shoulder forward. Breathe. And then here, stay wherever you are, but melt your heart space, your belly, whatever you can drop. Good. Take one more breath in and out. Oh, I say that, but I'm like, open your mouth super wide. Let's do just 2 more breaths. Open your mouth so wide. Breathe. Open it wider. Stick your tongue out, move it around. Stretch your face, your throat, and then let that go. Release. We're going to come up. First, the left hand comes up, and then the right hand comes up. And then from here, we're going to lift ourselves up. So you might reorganize your legs. Sweep in front. Come up. Just open. Breathe. Reach. Okay, now from here, I'm going to just kind of sneak my legs back to sit. Find your way. Okay, if this is no good, make it your own. I'm just going to open my hands and just feel, I open my hands. This is great offering of like receiving, sending out. Yes, we are doing the work, but the work is in the release. It's not really the pose. It's the residue the poses leave. Good. Okay, now I'm going to bring my hands together. And I'm just going to rock back and forth a few times and end up on the left side. I just think this is like valuable hip work, for us in some way. Good. And then I'm just going to do one more on each side and bring the hips down. Left hand comes down. Legs separate. And then we're just going to start with this reaching up and crescenting over. Let's go back and forth a few times. So I know this part might be super uncomfortable in your hip crease. And so you're in control of how far and how supported you are. Good. Might need to take a drink, all this talking. So the next time you come down, put your left hand down, reach up, and then reach, pardon me, turn to face the floor and reach. Yes, and then we're going to circle. So you're going to reach it up and back and open. And then it comes forward, and there's the cat portion. And you're circling like the star you are. Revolving around your own light, your own presence, your breath. Good. Let's do one more so you can feel the rib cage, your opening and your closing, and then let the hand come down. Walk, right hip lifts, and you walk the hands behind you as far as they're going to go. And then lower onto your forearms, palms together. So if you need something underneath your forearms, put it there. Once you're here, you might, I can walk my forearms behind me more room. And then we find what we can here. If we anchor the forearms down and forward, we can press out through the right side and turn your head to the left. And then if there's room for more, you pull that right shoulder forward. So you put in effort in the shape to find space. And then once you're in your space, then it's about the melting of the heart, of the belly, of the breath, of the jaw. And go ahead and play with that wide open mouth. You know, as I do that, I notice the lazy side, one side opens more than the other. And so you keep opening, maybe stick your tongue out and just move the tongue around. It's good, you know, throat muscle stretch. And then you can release it. And we're going to come up onto the hands. So the right hand, left hand, and then organize your legs. Know you're going to lift up. And just lift yourself up here. Move your legs wherever you need to. Open. And then find your way back to sit in whatever way makes sense for you. Okay, I'm going to take the hands out. Let's just feel this. Pleiades star. Oh, I said it right. Pleiades star came out. Is emanating out from your heart. It's your wings. It's your opening. Even just taking this, you can lift your heart, draw your belly in. So you come into this up and down alignment, but with the heart lifted. And then as you exhale, bring the hands together in front of your heart, bow your chin. Great. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to come to sit with the legs stretched out. So I'm going to do that by coming up, widening the knees, across at the ankles. How many creative ways can we find to sit? And then stretch your legs. Okay, sit on something, my friends. Make it kind. So if sitting in this L shape is not happy for the low back or anything, you sit on something, it'll make it better. Then I'm going to take the hands to a plate. You know, I still have my elbows bent. Fingers are pointing out. And then I can open my chest, anchor my heels, spread my toes, and just feel this grounding from the hips, the seat up. Even if your knees bend a little bit here, like that's totally fine. You know, if in forward fold you bend your knees, you probably might need a bend here. Good. And then inhale. Now maybe you close your eyes as you walk your hands forward, and you're just going to stop when your body says, this is it. And I feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. And I can start to release my head. You can let your feet relax if you need to. And it's melting the crown of the head. And it's that which is going to bring in the back line of the body. So if that doesn't feel good, then you go, oh, okay, I see you, discomfort. And I'm here to work with you. Not here to fight with you. I want us to be friends. So you smile, you soften your jaw, your shoulders, your heart, whatever you can. You know, if you're able to grab your toes, it does change the pose. But I'm going to take my hands up and hold my feet and just start with, it's like a push me, pull you. So I keep my body where it is, but I pull the feet back. I take the shoulders back, and then I lift my heart and my head. And then I push the feet, the balls of the feet into the hands. At the same time, I'm pulling back. And you see my shoulders are down. My heart is lifted. And then the tendency for most of us is to roll the feet in, so pull the baby toe edge out. If you're not holding onto your feet, you can still do all of this. Wherever you are, you still can engage. Good. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to take a little twist here. So I'm going to bring the right hand to the floor, bring the left foot to bend, and I want to have some space. So we did a lot of twisting today. So I'm going to keep the right hand down, lift the left arm up, feel your left foot anchor. Oh, now take your elbow inside, and I have room here. You can walk this foot out. Just turn to the right. Know we're at the end of practice. And then So what I mean by that is you don't need to go all the way to your maximum. Find the twist and then just soften into it. Your left tushy hip is probably lifting. And you go, okay, can I just melt that down? Maybe even lean to the left a little bit. Maybe I lean back a little bit. Yeah, take one more breath in. and out. And then grab your left ankle with your hand. Bring it in. We're just going to do one more forward fold. Put a blanket underneath as you need. Lift yourself up. And then as you exhale, you walk yourself over this extended leg. And again, just being kind. So you can widen your hands wide, let your head go. You can even take that left hand to the outside of the right leg or foot if that's there. And you know, here we are. I keep going deeper and deeper. Probably I wouldn't do this if we were all together in the room, but here's the next way to work here, because I want this baby toe edge to come out. So if I can take my right hand over and grab hold of my left wrist, I take the Gyan Mudra. And this is not comfortable, even though I'm smiling, but it's releasing. So, you know, I just show you this. Who cares? No words. And then you can release, come up, and be in your presence. We'll just extend this leg out. Okay, do a little walking here just to get your hips shaking. And then we're going to grab that right ankle and bring it in. And again, it can be nice and wide. So you can see I have it nice and wide already. Left hand on the floor, reach the right arm up. Yeah, and then bring that elbow in, anchor, and start to turn. And then just turning a little bit, you can find, oh, can I soften myself somewhere here, even as I twist and open. So that can be as simple as closing your eyes and smiling. And just being with your breath. And it's going to be 20 degrees here today, guys. So even anticipating, hopefully, some time outside. And releasing, grabbing hold of this leg, bringing it into your tree pose, propping up as you need to. And then just be here. And as you exhale, you'll just walk yourself over that leg. And if just even coming a little bit forward, dropping your head as your pose, and smile and applaud yourself for doing the work, whatever that is. And I'm going to take that same grip with the left hand, so the wrist comes over the baby toe edge. You grab the right hand. Dropping in. But wherever you are, smile, be content with your pose. And then walking yourself upright. Good. This time we're going to bring both feet together. We're going to take one last forward fold. And that's going to be here. So if it's better, happier for you to have your legs in just crisscross, then go ahead and do that. Just lift yourself up, and as you exhale, just invite it in. Just come down and let your hands be on the earth. Spread your fingers, and wherever you are in your pose, press your hands down into the floor and forward, so we move into a bit of a cat stretch here. You can actually feel yourself drawing into the back body. Just be here for 2 more breaths as you are. Notice what's opening. Good. And then release yourself into your expression of the pose. So whatever that is, you can drop in. You might want to stay with that back stretch if that's healing for you at this time. Or just drop in, allow your head to be soft, your jaw soft, your eyes soft. Melt your heart space if you can. Good. I'm just taking 2 more breaths, just feeling your breath, your energy, your presence. Anything else that's talking to you? I see you, inner hips. I see you. And then coming out just really slowly. You know, if you need to massage your inner thighs or anything here, you know, do that. And then we're going to move, or I'm going to say slip into Shavasana. So you might keep your eyes closed. You know, if you have your windows open, then make yourself warm. Put on your sweaters, your socks. And then you can set up Shavasana as you are, lying down. If this is your first time doing Shavasana, let's pretend. And I'll just go over it again. So I'm going to take a little bit of blankets or something underneath my calves. And I have two bolsters here, so I might even go bolster over beside each other, and you can make your blankets like that. So you have a nice little support. Something for underneath your head or the tops of your shoulders. And a blanket to cover yourself with, luxury, an eye pillow, eye covering. So imagine that you're like tucking your child in at night, or your puppy, or whatever something you love, a pizza. You're tucking it in and make it so special. And then starting with your palms facing up. So the arms go a little bit away from the body. Notice the back of your heart space, your shoulders, and you might want to extend your shoulders out to the sides. You can do that. Create more space for the heart. And then you can anchor the tops of the shoulders down, the heart lifts. And then you can bring it back down and see how that is. Creating your own sacred space to drop in, to feel the effects of your practice, the residue of your practice, to acknowledge it, and then to drop in deeply. And this is, always a practice. There's always room to release more deeply. And just feeling your heart space, any places that we hold tension, the back of the heart, the shoulders, the jaw, your eyes. You hold a lot of tension. The quickest way to soften the muscles of your face is to smile. So if that is useful, bring in a smiling practice. Relax. You're being held in the support of something bigger. Relax. What can you let go of right here at this moment? In the sacred space of your rest and your release, your conscious relaxation. It's resting in the flow of your life, of your breath, of this present moment. And staying in your conscious rest, releasing the heart space a little more. Imagining yourself as seed burrowing deep in the earth. Just inviting in the protection of Mama Gaia, Mother Nature, hold you and support you and nourish you. Like a baby, you're just offering yourself up to her tender care. Just letting go of needing to control this moment. Just give it up, offer it up. And feel yourself supported and held with patience and presence for what is. So descending yourself more deeply with the next few exhalations. Descending deep down. Staying in this place for as long as you like. Great gift you offer yourself. Proper Shavasana is about 20 minutes. So I'm telling you that. But at the same time, as you start to feel ready to invite movement, I want to encourage you to do that with your fingers and your wrists first. And then bringing the hands together over your heart or laying them on your body or rubbing them together first and then laying them over your eyes, your heart, your belly, anywhere. So you savor this place before really awakening the grounding, healing energy of your own touch. And then from there, you can do that again or start to wiggle your toes, roll your ankles. You can take your arms over your head if you wish and give yourself a nice big stretch. And then doing whatever movements you need. You know, we didn't do anything on your back. So if you wish to hug your knees in and circle them around a few times, release your low back. It can be really, really sweet for you. And curling your forehead to your knees if you wish. And Whatever else, is triggered along the path to roll over to your side. Invite that in. Not rushing you at all. And once you're ready, we'll just all meet and seated, and it's going to come back to Yoni Mudra once we get here. So take your time, lay your hands wherever they need to, be in your sacred sit for a few breaths. And even if you're still in Shavasana, you can take this same mudra we're going to move into. So I remind you of your childhoods, my friends. So here's the church and here's the steeple. And then you have the doors and there are the people underneath. So just find all of that. Here's the church, backs of the hands together. Touch the pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger. Make your steeple with your index. And then the thumbs touch. And we have this nice wide opening here. Okay, then I really work at getting the finger pads together. This is yoga for the hands. And I'm actually pulling the hands apart, really pressing the pads of the fingers. And I'm going to bring this down with the index fingers pointing down, resting the pinkies at my low belly. Open your heart, be in your sit. And just feel this as you offer, what you are holding. This low belly is the water center, earth center. It's where we feel stress and tension, where we hold, nervousness in our bellies. And it's breathing here into this powerful pose of your hands. And I'm just going to take this up now and rest this opening at my heart space so that the index fingers are pointing up and the thumbs are pointing down and the opening is at my heart. Maybe it looks like the shape of a heart a little bit. Not like an actual heart shape that we drew when we were young, not a real heart. Just feel this. And breathing in and out. And then release it away. Close the doors of the steeple. Bring everything together and bring this up to your third eye. And you're going to let the doors kind of peek into the steeple part. Rest your forehead. If it's too much for the fingers interlaced inside, you can always wrap them on the outside. And then just feeling this press of the fronts of the thumbs pushing into your third eye. Let your jaw go. Soften your inner gaze here. And then as you inhale, you can lift your head. And I'm going to release the hands into this open book. Let them just drop down in front of my heart. Breathe. Maybe you can feel your breath on your hands. And then as you're ready, you'll just scoop and bring that up with the palms together in front of your heart. And this is how we make the normal, everyday sacred. By bringing in the mudra and the mantra, which we're going to chant, the mantra of Om together. And this acknowledging of your presence on your mat. Sacred movement. As you inhale, lengthen tall, and as you exhale, stay here. And we'll start with our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we all be healthy. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. I bless myself. You bless yourself. And as you inhale, touch your index fingers to your third eye. And as you exhale, touch your thumbs to your heart. Keep your thumbs at your heart. Bring the middle fingers up to your lips. Give them a kiss. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for playing yoga with me today and moving yourself in all different ways, whatever it was. It was good practice. And thank you so much, you guys. I love you. I honor you. It's so nice to see you here. And I'll be here again on Thursday at 6:30. And I'll just say, you know, I know the evening practices, there's a lot of people who are still working. We have a lot of frontliners who are part of our community. And so really going to try and keep the evening classes to that restorative and restful place that I so needed. So I just tell you that, and then we'll kick it up, whatever that means in the other classes. So with great love and honoring, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sun. Puppies are awake. Thank you, guys. I see you.
Bye.
Yes. Goodbye, guys. Thank you, Amanda. Welcome here. Thank you, guys. Yes, have fun. Oh, she's so cute. Yes. Oh, she's adorbs. Yes, and I see her bouncing around during class, and that's all fine. That's what they do. And eventually she'll figure it out that when you're on your mat, she'll